The things we left outside. The silence of the forest was the first thing Sam and I truly noticed. Not a peaceful quiet, but a thick, heavy blanket that had smothered all the familiar nighttime sounds, the crickets, the rustling leaves, the distant owl. It was just us, our two-man tent, and a darkness so complete it felt solid. Our first night camping in the Black Pine Reserve had been perfect. We built a roaring fire, laughed too loud, and left our worldliness scattered around the campsite. A cooler half full of sodas, our foldable chairs facing the embers, my hiking boots drying by the log, Ben's prized expensive headlamp dangling from a low branch. We'd gone to sleep full and happy, zipped into our little nylon bubble. I woke up shivering just after 3 a.m. The temperature had plummeted. That's when I heard it, or rather, didn't hear it. The total absence of sound was louder than any noise. A cold knot tightened in my stomach. "Ben," I whispered, my voice rough with sleep, "wake up." He grumbled, turning over. "What? It's still dark." "Something's wrong, listen." We both lay there, barely breathing, straining our ears against the void. That's when the first real prickle of fear traced my spine. It was too quiet. We shouldn't be able to hear our own heartbeats this clearly out in the woods. I unzipped the tent flap, the sound absurdly loud in the stillness. The glow of our dying fire was gone, leaving only the weak beam of my phone flashlight. It cut a shaky path through the inky black. The chairs were there, but they were knocked over, lying on their sides as if shoved aside in a hurry. My breath hitched. "Our stuff," Ben whispered from behind me, now fully awake, his voice thin. I swung the light. The cooler was gone, not tipped over. Gone. The patch of bare dirt where it had sat looked strangely accusing. I swept the beam to the log. My hiking boots had vanished. Panic, cold and slick, started to rise in my throat. "My headlamp," Ben said, a desperate edge to his words. He pushed past me, his own phone now illuminating the branch where he'd hung it. The branch was empty, swinging gently as if something had just brushed past it. We scrambled out of the tent, our beams dancing wildly, crossing over tree trunks that suddenly looked like watching figures. Nothing. No cooler, no boots, no headlamp. It was as if a meticulous, silent vacuum had cleaned our campsite perimeter. "Who would do this?" Ben's voice was rising towards hysteria. "We're miles from anyone." A rational part of my brain suggested an animal, a bold raccoon, maybe a bear, but animals don't neatly take everything. They don't leave overturned chairs as the only sign of a struggle. They make noise, they rummage. This was silent, this was thorough. Then Ben's light froze, trembling slightly. It was pointed at the ground near the tree line just beyond the circle of our camp. "Mark," he said, my name just a breath. There in the soft mud was a single clear footprint. It was large, it was undeniably human. But the shape was all wrong. It was long, too long, and the toes, they seemed elongated, pressed deep into the earth. It wasn't from a hiking boot, it was bare. The forest didn't just feel silent then, it felt held breath, waiting. We were not alone, and we had not been alone for hours. Something had been standing right here, just outside the firelight, watching us sleep before carefully taking our things. We backed toward the tent, our lights jerking at every shadow, expecting something to step out from behind every tree.